What's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer, and welcome to your daily silver stacking video. Thank you, and I genuinely mean thank you for tuning in and supporting the silver stacking community. I think it's super important, and all of you that are liking the videos, commenting, it means a lot. And if this video hits 600 likes, I will be doing a silver giveaway next weekend. So if you want a chance to win some silver, hit the like button. Also, make sure you're subscribed because I'm going to be updating you on a daily basis of what's happening. Nowadays, you got to be kept in the loop, and I'm going to do that for you. So make sure you're subscribed and also hit that like button. Now, I'm definitely selling my silver. Not today, not tomorrow, but I'm selling all my silver at some point, and you are too. The quicker we look at this and the more prepared we are, the more successful we'll be. A lot of people are just aimlessly buying and expecting to someday just randomly, make a whole bunch of profit. That's not true at all. Before I even buy an ounce of silver, I think about how I'm going to be able to sell that ounce. That saves me a lot of bad decision making. Impulse buying and panic selling are the two worst things you can do, and it happens a lot. This is why information is so important. Let me show you something. This article is talking about the best ways to sell silver and gold. This article is also the best places to sell silver and gold. Now let's look at down here where this place says not to buy from. This place says do not sell your silver at local pawn shops. Look at this place. The best places to sell silver, pawn shops. One says the exact opposite from the other. The first one says do not sell your silver at a local coin shop. This or a pawn shop, sorry, big difference. Do not sell your silver at a pawn shop. The next one says best place, the number one best place is at a pawn shop. Do you see why misinformation is so influential in how dangerous this is? Almost every city has a pawn shop, and this makes pawn shops some of the best places to sell. And by the way, pawn shops don't go by spot price. They say you'll get your money at spot, and however, you won't get a very good price unless your pieces are super valuable. This is obviously an article that has no clue about silver stack. Pawn shops and coin shops are two completely different, and I mean polar opposite businesses. They don't go by spot price. I've been to a pawn shop and they've offered me $4 for an ounce, an American Eagle. Coin shops do go by spot price and usually will give you some type of premium on top. You do not want to go to pawn shops. Now, and I'm glad that this article from goldsilver.com, which is an actual, source from, credible from the precious metals world, obviously is going to call that out. Do you see why where you get your information is so important? That could be the difference between making a lot of money and losing a lot of money just from someone clicking this article and reading it compared to this one. Just reading or clicking one tab above or below the other one could literally make a difference between how much money you make. And that's why it's so important you watch credible, silver stacking channels like mine or so many others out there, because we're talking about spending, so much hard-earned money and countless hours watching videos and just time. And we're talking about our financial future. You got to make sure you do that right, and you have to prepare. If you're not preparing, you're just setting yourself up for failure. So I do want to talk a little bit about selling, because selling is a big topic. You can't go wrong buying silver, right? If you're buying silver, at least you're putting fake money into real money, right? So I want to first talk about time frames. Are you planning on selling in 20 years or 5 years? That's going to heavily reflect upon the types of silver you're stacking, that you're buying. Some coins will double, triple, quadruple in value in the next 10 years. Some coins are pegged to spot price. So if spot price is still $25 and 20 years from now, your stack hasn't appreciated a single penny. You see why diversification is key, and also why it depends on your perspective of where the markets are going. That's important. So let's talk about that a little bit. But before I do want to, I want to talk about this article and some of the tips they give. We are not reading anything out of this article, because obviously just from the number one place you should buy from is just you don't want to listen to anything on this site. So let's go to the goldsilver.com article. So if you're selling gold and or silver bullion, you obviously want the best prices you can get, right? Perhaps you're sitting on a big gain and want to capitalize on it, which is okay. A lot of people, they'll sell 10, 15% of their stack if spot price goes up. And also, by the way, that reminds me, this article right here is the main reason why I wanted to make this video. Before we go in, we dig deeper into that, I really want to show this, and then we'll kind of go back and forth because it's all relevant and intertwined for a reason. This guy says if he sold his silver today, he will have lost $7,500. He says, a few years ago, a buddy of mine told me I needed to start investing in silver. And he says, in the last couple of years, I've invested over $14,000. Why in the world would you sell right now then? This was back in 2015. Silver was $15. So if he would have waited until, what was that, early 2021, he could have sold at $30 and got his money back. If you wait longer, and we're talking about when silver's true value comes out, that losing 7,500 will have turned into making 7,500. Do you see why it's so dangerous if you start second guessing silver's true value, or if you start, looking at the prices from a day-to-day basis and comparing your losses? And there's actually a comment down here that makes a really good point. So this guy says if you accept the notion of buying low and selling high, then now is literally one of the worst times you could possibly sell, right? That's the point. You're supposed to buy low, sell high. Don't buy high, hope it goes higher. Why would you sell it when it's low? That makes no sense. This guy's looking at his stack from the angle of how much silver he has is what it's worth right now, but that's not the case. Right now, it's currently at a certain price, but that doesn't mean that coin is worth that much. That's just currently. But when you sell, if you hold on to it, that coin, like if I like this ounce right here, coin's probably around $100. But I'm not looking at this coin as worth $100. I see the true value of this coin. It's a PF70 Ultra Cameo 2012 Scallop Drag. This guy's looking at this coin as it's 100 and maybe even less because spot price is dropping. Do you see the difference in perspective of how dangerous that is? So anyways, let's that's just something I really wanted to show because some people might be looking at themselves buying in at $30 during the Wall Street silver movement, now seeing silver down to 25, and they're like, did I make a mistake? And that's the farthest from the truth. If anything, buy more silver right now so you can lower your dollar per ounce average. So anyways, let's go into this. So perhaps you're sitting on a big gain and want to capitalize, or maybe you need some cash for a big life event, or inherited some gold and silver from a family member, or cleaning out your jewelry drawer. And by the way, are any of you going to just never sell, just pass it down? I'd like to know that. So anyways, we look at the most important topics to consider before selling precious metals, including getting a fair price, right? Selling different forms, coins, bars, where to sell your precious metals and where not to sell, and the easiest and safest solution. So when you decide to sell, there's three primary factors to consider: price, convenience, and safety. And yes, liquidity is key. If you're talking about selling and you can't get your silver off, or it's in a certain time frame, and you have to list all your coins on eBay and nobody's buying because you need to find a specific buyer, that could be very stressful and just a pain in the butt. You want your stack to be liquid. That's why it's also good to have a lot of bullion where you can just go to your local coin shop, dump it on the counter, or have coins like American Eagles that sell very easy on eBay. If you have just a whole bunch of coins like this, you're going to sell yourself short because to find a specific buyer for the price that this coin is worth, it's going to take a lot longer than just selling an eagle. So if you are in a hurry to grab the cash, you'll probably end up selling this for a lot lower than it's worth because you're tired of waiting around for someone to give you the price that you want. So anyways, what kind of bullion are you selling? That's a good point. If it's American Eagles, maple leafs, generic silver, even junk silver, bars, like a 10-ounce bar or something, go to your local coin shop. Go to your local coin shop. The only thing is, you have to be careful because some local coin shops, they will buy that coin off you for spot price, where you could sell that coin on eBay for $40, eh, when spot price is 25, and your local coin shop might only offer you 26, 27. You see how big of a difference that is, especially when you're adding up ounces. You have to be careful. But then we could look at that the opposite way. If coin shops are only offering a couple hours of a spot, then you could use coin shops to your advantage. So where you're selling and buying is going to depend on what type of silver you're selling and buying. Now let's go on to number 2, selling gold, silver, and bars. I mean, that's at your local coin shop, unless it's like an angle heart or something along those lines, where there is some type of collectible value. Probably want to sell that online. Cut out the middleman. I'm sure someone around the world's willing to give you a better price for that bar instead of just that one person's opinion that also has to resell that, right? You have the entire world to one person against you. I'm sure around the world you're going to find someone to get a better price. I don't want to go into selling scrap metal, selling instant vault, but this article actually did mention something: coin shows. Have you ever been to a coin show? That's actually something that would be a very good video idea. I would love to look into that. Now, online is really important because there is, like I just said, a lot of people that are willing to pay higher prices than your local coin shop. But that can also be very dangerous. Let's play out a scenario. So let's say you have 1,000 ounces, right? And you want to list all of that on eBay. So let's look realistically. 3 to 4 pictures per listing. So that's, 4,000 pictures you have to take, send to your email, then drag over to eBay. And then that's 1,000 different listings. You have to type it out, put the weight, put the diameter. Then that's 1,000 different packages you have to ship out, pay the shipping, the eBay fees, the PayPal fees. That's a full-time job. So what I recommend is creating an eBay account right now. Even think of like a business name, because you are basically turning your stack someday into a business. You probably won't open a local coin shop, but your eBay page is going to be how you make all your money. So why not start now? Because then in 5, 10, 15 years, when it is time to sell, you have, seller ratings. You have experience. Would you buy off someone on eBay that just created an account yesterday, right? That has no experience? No, and I hope you wouldn't. So my daughter actually just woke up in the middle of recording this. It's past her bedtime, but I got to get it done, and she doesn't seem like she's too tired. She wanted to hear what I was doing. So I hope you don't mind. She's going to make a lot of funny faces and a lot of yawning. But anyways, yeah, in terms of selling, especially online, just think it through. It's common sense, but there's definitely still a lot of room for error. Like I say, there's no wrong way to buy silver, but there's definitely wrong ways to sell. And I would hate for someone to spend all this time, money, and energy just to sell themselves short. You yourself can be your biggest enemy. So I would like to ask you the question of, when it's time to sell, what does your game plan look like? Have you ever even thought of a game plan? A lot of us do just start buying and never really think like, hey, how am I going to sell this? And then once you do realize that aspect, you realize you bought a whole bunch of silver that you're going to have to sell online if you want to get that premium back. And it could be a little scary thought, but I'm here to tell you, you can start just slowly listing, even just sell 1 ounce a month or 1 ounce every 3, 4 months. And then by the time that, 10 years from now, you will have tons of experience. So you'll easily be able to sell your silver fast, because you'll have a name on there, right? You'll have a lot of seller ratings. That's important. So yeah, I think I covered everything I wanted to. I probably missed a couple things since she woke up, but I hope you guys can also fill in the blanks. I love in the comments when you all also throw your 2 cents in and give advice. It's really important. Like I said, I just make the videos, but I also want my comment section to be educational as well, and I know you guys do that. So yeah, make sure you hit the like button if you want a silver giveaway next weekend, 600 likes, and that will happen. Also, make sure you subscribed and check out the Silver Stacking Podcast. Links in the description as well. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.